yoga lovelies. Today we're going to do a nice gentle chair class. So come to an upright seated position in your chair. Take your time to kind of settle in, just placing your feet with awareness, hip distance and parallel, growing tall through your spine, just relaxing your shoulders down. And as you let your eyes close, just taking a couple of smooth breaths here. And let's move into just 3 cleansing breaths, also sometimes called at the YLC fog a mirror. And it's a really good breath technique for releasing tension. So from here, you're going to just inhale nice and slowly through the nose. And then you exhale out through the mouth slowly and softly as if you're fogging a mirror. And again, inhale slowly through the nose, deeply. Pause at the top, and then oh so slowly and gently fog that mirror. One more time like that. Inhaling through the nose, deeply, slowly. Pause at the top, and then release that out breath through the mouth, again creating that ha sound. And then simply return to the regular breathing in and out of your nose. One more inhale, and exhale. Place your palms together at your chest, bowing in towards your center. Letting your eyes open. Okay, let's come up to standing now for this little chair sequence. So even the act of standing, you can always use your hands on the chair, but just be kind of aware of how you push up nice and slowly. A little bit of crickle crackle from the knees. And then use your, engage your abdominals if you're going to be moving your chair. I'm going to move mine just so it doesn't come from your back. And put it at the front of your mat now, and just make sure the back 2 legs are on the sticky mat so it doesn't skim away. And you're going to put your hands on the top of the chair and start to walk backwards from the chair with your hands resting there. And then let's go in nice and slowly for different bodies here. So I want you to see that your feet are again hip distance and parallel. Bend the knees quite a bit. And I want you to think about now your pelvis. So as you start to up tilt your tail, I want you to imagine attempting to rest a tray of something festive and delicious on the back of your hips. And so all that to say is, as we bend the knees and up tilt the tail, it brings length into the spine. So yes, you can play with straighter legs, but if that makes you round out and drop your tray, we've lost the length of the spine. So the key is bend the knees, up tilt the tail, and then we can get whatever we can get out of the legs, keeping that nice spacious spine. Now the front of the body, you might be up here because you're stiff in the shoulders, which is totally normal, or you might start to ease down a little bit more into this shoulder stretch. What I want you to feel here is that you're really pressing into your feet and kind of anchoring into your legs, so there will be less weight in your hands when you do that. Make sure your neck is aligned with your spine, so you could have quite bent knees, bum up tilted for everybody. You could be up a little lifted. Maybe you're going more towards this L shape because it just feels fabulous, and you can still hold your tray of mince pies or something yummy on the back of your hips. Take a deep inhale and a slow exhale out. One more breath. And then looking forward, walking your feet up to the chair slowly, and then roll your shoulders back and down. Inhale, sweeping your arms up to the top. Interlace your fingers, push the ceiling away. And then exhale, drop into a side bend. So right hand to the hip, pull the navel in as you arc out of the waist. And then to the other side, inhale through the center. So as you go over, you're just working here on lower belly in to create space in the spine as you side bend. One more on each side. Inhale through the center, exhaling over, dropping your shoulders. Inhale through the center, exhaling over into your side bend. Inhale, come back up to the top, interlace your fingers, push the ceiling away. Take another breath, exhale, big wide circle to the chest. Hands on the chair now and step close to the chair. And as you step your left foot back, you're coming into a lunge. So notice here that by being close to the chair and using our hands on it, it helps us control that transition because it's quite a wobbly pose once we get there. So being close to the chair will stop you from rounding and reaching your chair, and instead you can kind of use your chair to grow up tall through your spine. Now make sure you're on 2 tracks for your legs and the back foot is on the ball of the foot. So if you have a tight foot, that might need to be down, but as best you can, lift your heel up. We do lots of fun foot and toe stuff at the YLC. Stick around to help flexibility of the foot, but as best you can, bring that heel and stack it up. Now, go as far as feels good for your body. Make sure the front knee is stacked over the ankle. And as you grow tall through your spine, if you're feeling this a little bit too much in the lower back, just bend the back knee and that will help give you more space. Everybody, non-negotiable, pull in the navel, and that's going to help open the front of this hip and protect the back. Now, hands on the chair, and you're going to inhale, just straighten the front leg slowly. Exhale, bending the knee. And again, inhale, light touch on your chair. Exhale, drop back into your lunge. One more time, inhaling back, exhaling, dropping in. Now we change it. Take a breath. Exhale, bend the back knee. It could be small, so don't go past the point of no return. We're going back up. Inhale, push into your feet. Exhale, this doesn't feel good. Just breathe in place and just do a holding lunge. Inhale, up. We'll be back momentarily. One more. Exhale, bending the knee. And then inhale up. Then press your right hand onto your chair, sweep your left arm gently up and over into another little side bend, but this time we're in the lunge, so you're going to feel it a little more in the front of the left hip. If you have shoulder issues, the arm can come forward a bit. Navel in, shoulders down, everybody. Inhaling up, exhale, holding the chair. Now the dismount, no leaping allowed. You can take little baby steps as the safest way out, and eventually your feet kind of meet one another, and then make sure they're hip distance again and parallel, and roll those shoulders back and down. Inhale, sweep your arms up, palms touch. Exhale, wide circle to the chest. Second leggy. So come up to your chair, and then use your hands on your chair to control the stepping back. So often people think chair yoga is kind of easy or it's cheating, which is absolutely not the case. Sometimes it actually helps you get into the pose deeper. So if you didn't have the chair, you'd be worrying about balance. But because you have the chair, you might be able to go deeper and get more of a stretch here. Now, check. Eyeballs, remember, are our prep, not the practice. The prep. Prep is very important for good benefits, good safety. Look down. Make sure you have 2 tracks for your feet. Make sure you've got a good distance for your feet. You can kind of make it closer, much, much closer if you need to, or deeper if that feels good. Non-negotiables, you want that front knee stacked, everybody, over the ankle. Do your best to pick up that back heel and have it stacked so that if you had headlights on your hips, they'd be pointing forwards. Now, hands nice and steady on the chair as we go into the leg work. So inhale, straightening the front knee. Exhale, bending it. And again, inhale, straightening the leg. Exhale, slowly bending it. Just one more time. Inhale, relax your shoulders. Exhale, bend. Now the back leg, take a breath. Exhale, bending the back knee slowly. Inhale, slowly straighten it. And again, exhale, you just bend the back knee, which brings us down into the leg work, a little bit of a dip. And then pushing into your feet is the effort to come up. Last one. Skip this part if it doesn't feel good. Just hold your lunge. And then back up. Then from here, left hand presses into your chair and start to reach your right arm up, over to the left and slightly back. So again, modify for any shoulder issues, but I want you to see if you can feel this in the front of your right hip. Zip that navel in, drop those shoulders. Inhaling, come back up to the top. Exhale, hands to the chair, especially if you've gone quite deep. Mindful exits are very important. So again, no leaping. The easiest thing to do is little baby steps of your feet, and eventually you bring yourself to upright. Now, plant your feet hip distance and parallel, roll your shoulders back and down, interlace your fingers. If you're not able to hold your hands behind your back, a dog leash, a towel, or a strap. Everybody draw the shoulders back and down. If you don't have a strap, you can just hold this position like this. Otherwise, interlace, draw your shoulders back, and lift your chest up. Take a deep inhale and feel that stretch through the chest, keeping that navel in. And then exhale, release. Inhale, sweep your arms to the top, interlace your fingers, push the ceiling away. And now you're going to exhale, twist to the right. I'll go with you. Just a nice little standing twist. Inhale, sweep your arms through the middle, palms touch. Exhaling, twisting to the left. Inhale, back to the center, palms touch. Exhale to the chest. Drop your arms by your side for a moment, just standing next to your chair, and just take a couple of breaths in mountain pose. If you feel wobbly when you close your eyes, you can always just rest a finger or fingers on the chair, which will allow you to close your eyes and maybe feel more steady. Just unlock your knees, unsqueeze your bum, and instead just draw in gently below the navel, letting your head float up and letting your shoulders melt down. Take a couple of breaths. One more inhale, and then exhaling, letting your eyes open. From here, you're going to stand into your right foot. Let's take a little tree pose. So your left foot can come anywhere up the leg. So if it needs to be right down the bottom, that would be fine. Want to avoid pressing right on the knee joint ideally, but find your spot. Maybe it comes up higher, but you just go to where you can go. And as you're facing your chair now, you've got your chair, so you can, again, perhaps go in a little deeper than if you didn't have your chair. Then start to press. One of the tricks of the trade here for tree pose is press the foot and the leg together, and that will help it stick. Draw in below the navel. That's also helpful, as you've noticed in most active positions. Relax your shoulders. And then another little trick is to look at a focus point, which is difficult when we're distracted and busy, but a plug socket, a picture frame, just pick something, look at it, and that's going to help your balance. Unlock your standing knee. If you feel okay with this, you can bring one hand in prayer position at the chest. Maybe you want to try two, but you've got your chair there for you, and you absolutely don't have to do that to have a good time in tree pose. So you pick your way in, and if you're feeling really wunderbar about this, you could reach your arms up like you're holding a big beach ball above your head. Wherever you are, take a deep inhale, slow exhale. One more breath. If your arms are up, bring that back to the chest. No falling out of the pose. Use your chair. Take a hold of your leg and gently unstick it, and down it goes. Other side. So spread your left toes. So you're only going to be standing on your left foot, so you might as well make it as wide as possible. And then bring your right foot somewhere up the leg. And again, it's not higher isn't better. It's just what feels okay for you in this moment. So bring your right foot up. Push the right foot and the left leg together. So typically our intensity comes up in creeps into the shoulders and the neck. But I want you to think of relaxing your shoulders and bring that intensity in the lower body. So as you push the foot and leg into one another, pulling in below the navel, feel that power from the waist down, which can help make things feel a little lighter from the waist up. Look at your focus point. Unlock your standing knee. That's key. You don't want to be locked out in that left knee. If you would like to try one hand at the chest, maybe both. Perhaps you go in and out of that because you're wobbling, which is perfectly normal. Maybe you're going up for your beach ball hold above the head. Take a deep inhale wherever you are. As you exhale, simply just narrow the waist, drop those shoulders. One more breath, and then slowly prayer position to the chest, and then hold the chair, release the legs slowly, and we'll go back once more to this L shape that we started with. And as you walk your feet back, again, so we're not just kind of dumping into our shoulders and jamming our bodies into this. We ease into all of our poses mindfully. This one, you're going to take your feet a bit wider than your mat. If it's slippery, watch out for a slippery floor. You don't want accidental splits. That's not what this is. So if there's slipperiness at hand here, you can just keep a bit of your foot on the mat. But if you're okay with traction, go a little wider, feet parallel, and then the same idea as we did with our first L shape. So you're going to bend the knees, up tilt your bum, so getting that tray of something lovely on the back of your pelvis. And as you start to sink gently your chest, you're listening to your shoulders, making sure you're not overly pushing that. Everybody push a little more into your feet, lift your navel, and make sure that helps bring a little weight out of your hands. Bend one knee a little more than the other and feel a bit of daylight flood into that inner thigh, opposite inner thigh, to the other side. So bending one knee, feel inner thigh stretch on the other leg. Go slowly, go mindfully. One more on each side. Keep that navel lifted. Keep your head in line with the spine. Enjoy the gentle stretch. And then back to center. One more little tail flare. Feel the stretch wherever it goes for you. And then exiting again, lifting your head. So you'd never just drop your hands, it's going to go into your back. So we want our legs to catch us. So you're going to lift your head, toe heel your feet in very slowly. And then as you look forward, walk up to it, the chair, and then roll your shoulders back and down. Inhale, sweeping your arms up to the top, interlace your fingers, push the ceiling away, and then exhale, big wide circle to the chest. One more arm circle. Inhaling, bringing your arms up, palms touch, look up, exhale to the chest. And then keeping your palms together at your chest now, just letting your eyes close, or you can look down at the floor, standing in your mountain pose, feeling your feet, feeling your palms together. Take a deep inhale, a slow exhale out. Namaste.